Thank you. Up before the sun. Pack your lunch. Kiss your wife. Work 12 hours. Come home. Reheat dinner. Kiss your kids' foreheads as they lie asleep. Crash into bed 7 days a week. Miss birthdays, miss soccer games, first day to school, and some holidays. This was my immigrant father's American dream. Work hard and provide a better life for his family. As a result, I spent my whole childhood wishing my father loved me enough to be around. I'm blind to the fact that because he loved me so much, he couldn't. Being an immigrant in America can sometimes mean choosing a career that requires extreme hours and flies under the radar, working twice hard to provide and missing out on important family milestones. My parents immigrated from Mexico when they were about 17. And my father, he's the most hardworking man I know. And I'm not being biased when I say that. He's proud, loyal, smart, running his own business, and out there works from sun up to sundown. And my mom, well, she's loving, sweet, charismatic, and honorable. She always tends to my younger brothers and I while my dad works. Between his long work week and my mom constantly changing diapers, chasing toddlers, cooking and cleaning, there seemed not to be enough time for me. In elementary school, I wanted him there to cheer me on at all my soccer games. But in middle school, I needed him there to coach me through my transition to becoming a man. For me, being a man meant smelling good, looking good, and having the flyest gear. Unfortunately, my dad wasn't around to tell me it actually meant working long hours and putting food on the table and providing for our family. Regardless of how many hours my dad worked, it wasn't sufficient. You see, I was just trying to look good for Shawty in my math class, but I couldn't. And I couldn't bring myself to ask my dad for money, since it was all going towards a better future for our family. So I decided to find a way to get some money on my own. I knew some kids in the neighborhood who had access to quick and easy money, so I joined the crowd. So I'm need to picture this. A group of middle school kids dressed in all black, from head to toe with masks on. And no, it wasn't because of COVID. Then crack. The butt of a gun slammed through the window, shattering the glass into a sea of shards at my feet. My hand shot through the jagged hole and unlocked the car. We snatched the bag on the floor and the wallet from the glove compartment. I wasn't afraid to get caught, and I never once thought about the person who sat in the driver's seat. At 12, all I could think about was getting my first pair of all-white Nike Air Force Ones. And I wasn't worried about my dad seeing the shoes because by the time he got home, my kicks would be tucked away safely in the closet. And I know you're probably expecting my story to escalate and reach its climax with me getting arrested, hitting rock bottom, and realizing that something had to change. Fortunately, my story doesn't pivot because of one catastrophic event. And for that, I am thankful. My life changed because of a relationship. I was 14 walking the halls of Hug High School, and by some grace of God, I let my childhood dream of playing high school football happen. I started working during the weekends with my dad, making legit money, but my grades were terrible and I kept getting into fights. One of the requirements of Hug athletes is study hall. Our study hall was located on campus at the club at Hug. You see, I had one foot in football in the club while the other foot was in the mud. But that all changed the day I met my category 11, homework checking, our bottle of mentor, Charles Walker, also known as Seawalk. Seawalk asked me to come to the club, even when it wasn't for study hall. He made me feel welcome and generally wanted me around. He had the time, and he showed that he cared. I started attending the club more consistently. I joined the Keystone Club and started helping with club community projects. We served breakfast for Mother's Day and Veterans Day, and we held a fundraiser where I dressed up as an Easter bunny. I was laying eggs and all that. And now, I'm the president of Keystone Club. And over the past 3 years, I have logged over 300 hours of community service. I'm a member of Poly Club, treasurer of our local Leo's Club. Leo stands for leadership, education, and opportunity. I even got a second job as junior staff at the Lemon Valley Clubhouse. I am invested in my schoolwork and extremely active in our community. I look back at all those cars I robbed, and I now see the people behind them. I wish I could go back and tell them that I'm sorry. and that I'm no longer that confused kid, but I know I can't. The club is my second home. When I leave the club at the end of the day, I go to my first home, and not the streets. I have grown so much, and my relationship with my parents has too. My pops worked so hard to give my family and I a better life. It's all he's ever wanted. It's now my dream to work hard for him. After graduation, I plan on joining the U.S. military. There are so many benefits to joining, but a major reason for joining will be to help my parents' legal statuses in America. So I stand here before you today, changed and continuing to grow. The Boys and Girls Club Truckee Meadows threw me the rope to pull myself out the deep, dark hole I was living in. And for that, I am so grateful. Not only do I want a great future for myself, but I want to inspire my younger brothers that anything is possible. I want to be their Superman. I am a true advocate for the Boys and Girls Club. On any given day, you can see me marching my peers through those club doors. And by peers, you already know I mean the ladies. My dad always says, con el tiempo todo se consigue, which translates to, give it time and patience and you can have it all. I've always loved him saying that, but if I could tweak it just a little bit, I'd say, si trabajo duro, con el tiempo y con apoyo y paciencia, todo se puede conseguir. Give it time, have patience, and work hard. With support, you can have it all. Thank you.